Well, I figured I'd give us a little bit of a change in venue from the usual way I do things. Got summertime going on here right now, and as you can see, the world's looking a little different up here right at the moment. Yeah, so figured I'd go with this instead, because normally when I wind up doing these videos for you guys, they wind up being kind of rushed, since most of the time when we're doing a video, it's going to be when I'm getting ready to head out, and unfortunately with the way we wind up running, it's kind of a go thing once those flights get called. Even for charters, there's a bit of a rush sometimes depending on what's going on. So yeah, figure we'd go something with a little more time to talk and show you guys what's happening and discuss where things might be going in the future for all this. Yeah, so I guess one of the biggest ones right now that is happening is I'll be moving on to a new machine soon, which I'll be giving you a little bit more detail about in a little bit. But first things first, I guess what I do owe you guys a little bit of flight footage, and I had a nice opportunity about a month or so back now where we had our one of our Twin Otters was getting put onto floats, and as a result of that, it has to get transitioned from up at the airport to come down here, and that means that it has to get we actually have to do a floatplane flight, which funny enough, after working up here for over 3 years, I had not been on a floatplane yet. So I do have some video of that. It's just shot from the cell phone, nothing fancy with it, but we'll share that stuff with you guys and come back in a couple minutes. right, there we go. So hopefully you guys wound up enjoying that. I know it wasn't probably the most amazing stuff, but it is a neat experience to say the least. Highly recommend if you get the chance to ever get a ride on a float plane to definitely do it. Or if you're looking to do the pilot thing, 100% look at doing your float rating, even if it winds up being just for fun. Absolutely, absolutely worth it. Still can't get over what a change this place is. Once summertime rolls around, you really can't be rational when you're thinking about decisions with being up in this neck of Canada. You go through 8 months of winter, and it's like it's cold, it's horrendous, and everything's breaking, and you hate life. It's dark all the time, and you can't think of anything aside for get me the hell out of here. And then summertime rolls around, and you wind up getting this pretty much constantly. This entire time that it's been going on, and we've been like this for about, I'd say since started end of May and going into June, and we basically have had 2 days where it's rained, and otherwise it's been sunny like this. There's been thunderstorms and everything all over the place. We've had to dodge a few going down to Edmonton, which that'll be the next clip I've got for you guys coming up. But yeah, as far as for what we've had up here, it's actually ridiculously nice. And what's even more mind-blowing is that it actually still has patches of snow up here. Like we've been regularly into the 20s and sunny. Well, here almost 24 hours of sun the entire time. Oh, hey. All right, hopefully I managed to actually capture that properly, because I was looking obviously the wrong way with this camera, but that's kind of what I was talking about. This is going to get loud for a little bit, so you know what? I'm going to cut here, and we'll come back to you guys in a little bit. In the meantime, I'll show you the footage that we had coming up from about 2 weeks back now, going into Edmonton, and got thrown around pretty decently on the way down. It was fairly bumpy, and then we actually had to land with just about at the crosswind limits for what the King Air can do. So yeah, it was a pretty interesting landing. But yeah, so we'll have that for you up here in a second here, and I'll get back to you guys once this plane's taxied in and we're done making noise. was hoping Mother Nature would calm down for a bit, but looks like she's going to be breezy for a bit, so hopefully my voice carries properly in this. So yeah, we had a nice little bonus there for you guys. Got a nice little shot of that plane taxiing in for you, so you can see how a float plane does it, winds up parking as opposed to a regular wheeled airplane. Yeah, so I guess I owe you guys an explanation of what's going on from here. Well, as it stands, at some point in the near future, there's still not a set date, I will be moving on to our Dash 7. So we'll be moving on to a 705 category transport aircraft, much bigger airplane, much more work to do with it. Also a plane that was built back in the late 70s, so you know, I'll get to fly a museum piece pretty much. Training for that's going to wind up being done at a sim in Toronto, and so my hope for you guys is I'm going to aim to actually have the camera set up to get you guys some highlights from the training days that'll be going on while I'm down there. It's going to be about a week's worth of training, so I'll see how much of it's worthwhile and whatnot, and maybe I'll wind up debriefing with you guys at the end of each day so you can get an idea of how it goes for as you're doing sim training for an initial on an aircraft. Because as I understand, it's pretty similar to the initial sim training I did with the King Air. So yeah, the hope for this will be to make something interesting for you guys. I haven't seen too many people do anything for training on it. There's been a few, but most of them, it's, you know, guys have been kind of at it for long enough that it all becomes kind of ho-hum. So with any luck, we'll get to give you guys some more insights about that. And obviously as well, once moving on to the Dash 7, the nature of the flying that's going to happen is going to be very different. There's going to be a lot more flights into short strips and places that you would never ever take a more civilized aircraft, let us say. Our Dash 7 gets flown pretty much like a giant version of the Twin Otter back there. We do a lot of rough strip and a lot of short strip operations with the Dash 7 onto places like where no other airplane would be able to take, you know, 10,000 pounds of freight, for example. So there'll be some neat stuff with that. I've got a few ideas for how I want to make all that work for you guys. The other thing I'm curious to hear from you guys is which format you're liking more. Do you like me doing more stuff as for when I'm actually going in for that particular day and talking about what's going on? Do you like this kind of stuff where I've got footage from earlier and I've got more time to sit down and talk? Do you want a mix of it? Yeah, let me know what way you like doing this stuff and what works best for you guys, because if it ain't entertaining for you, it's not really going to do a whole lot on my end either, is it? So yeah, let me know what you guys think and what you'd like to see more of, and we'll keep doing what I can to keep making this interesting for you. And hopefully we'll see you guys again soon with some more videos.